Welcome to another edition of The Story Behind the Car. Hey, it's Tom, and this is some older video. I'm starting a new series in 2020, May of 2020, during the height of the pandemic. I flew from St. Louis down to Beaumont, Texas on a one-way ticket for $50 on American Airlines with a 3-day notice, and I purchased this 1961 Chevy Apache step-side pickup truck. I found the truck on Facebook Marketplace. I contacted the guy. He actually had like a 72 C10 for sale, but this was in the background, and I asked him for it, and he's like, oh yeah, everything's for sale. So we worked out a price, and he turned out to be a nice guy, but he's like, I'm not holding it. I'm not taking a deposit. If you want it, get down here and pick it up. If you're on your way and somebody else buys it, well, then you're SOL. So I within 3 days, I got down there, as I said, on a one-way ticket. This is at the hotel, so I flew down, drove back, halfway back the first day and the other half of the second day. Here I had 2 fan belts go out. That was the only problem I had on the whole trip. Truck was there. You can see the fan belt on the front of the car. Truck held up great. It had a 235 straight 6 with a 3 on the tree. This is at the airport in St. Louis. I flew American down to Beaumont, Texas. And like I said, the guy turned out to be a great guy. He picked me up at the airport. And when I got to the truck, I said, you concerned about me wearing a mask? And he said, hell no, get in the truck. So, and I didn't give a damn about wearing a mask. Never got into any of that. I thought it was BS from the very beginning. So anyway, flew down to Beaumont, Texas, and drove 738 miles back in 2 days. You can see I killed a hell of a lot of bugs and went through a tremendous rainstorm. You'll see some of that on this video here, but the truck drove great. And what's interesting is 60 and 61 Chevy pickup trucks had what they call a torsion bar suspension on the front end, and it was developed by Chrysler. And from what I've read, Chrysler developed it, and I guess they had a patent on it, and General Motors started using it, and then there was a lawsuit, and so General Motors had to stop using it, and they discontinued it in the 62 on Chevy pickup trucks. So 60 and 61 have the torsion bar front end, and I kept that. My friend Lynn, well, I haven't even talked about that. So my buddy Lynn and I were at a car show at a VFW post, and we were sitting there drinking some beer, and the subject of putting a different engine in the truck came up. And I'm asking him about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we could drop a small block in there and put a 700 R4. You'd be in great shape. We could even put a bit different rear end on it. You'd be in perfect shape." And that's all we were going to do. That's all I wanted. I love the look of the truck. I love the patina. If I was going to do anything, I would, clean up the inside, maybe repaint it. But my intention was to drive it pretty much the way it was. That way I didn't have to worry about washing it, cleaning the bugs off the windshield. I wouldn't have to concern myself with any of that. I've had shiny cars, shiny trucks, and I was looking forward to something else. There's my luggage, bottle of water, and I drank a lot of water because it was hot, and I ate on the road to just keep rolling. Anyway, we're at a VFW post drinking beer at a car show, and we hatched this idea of, hey, this fall, let's put a new motor in it. So we started, and you'll see I've got tons of video. I don't know if I'll be able to get it all, how I'll be able to do it all. But we started in November of 2020, and here it is, the end of July 2025. So it's almost been 5 years we've been working on this truck. And every nut, bolt, cotter pin, rivet, piece of rubber, engine, transmission, rear end, shock absorber, headlight, you name it, seats, everything has been gone through, everything has been changed, new, sandblasted, primed, painted, replaced, and I've recorded all of it. So I have another YouTube channel. So I've always dreamt of having the Story Behind the Car YouTube channel, but I never started it. I still have this other channel. It's called The Videopreneur, and I used to do all kinds of different walk and talks. I did videos of cars at dealership, new cars at dealerships, and didn't charge them for that. I would just post the videos, and that channel was doing pretty well until the pandemic hit, and then the shortage on the chips, that just destroyed the channel. So I had to come up with something else. So I started shooting RVs, and I still shoot RVs, but my passion is cars. So then I started this channel, The Story Behind the Car, about 2 years ago. And I've been trying to figure out how am I going to get those videos from that channel onto this channel where they truly belong. But the problem is, if I just download those videos and upload them to here, I'll get a strike. YouTube probably cancel both of my channels. So not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'm starting out now. So what I've done is I've taken video of me flying down it. I had a bunch of video flying down there, and it's boring as hell. You know, you've seen video from someone in an airplane. One thing that was cool about the airplane, like I said, it was I bought a ticket 3 days in advance, $50 one way, and I bet I was probably one of 3 people on this airplane, because during the pandemic people were freaking out. They didn't know what to do, and I wasn't worried about it, and flew down there and drove it back. So that's what this video is about, and I'm working my way up. This is probably Texas, because Beaumont is all the way down at the Gulf. At that time it was the Gulf of Mexico. Now it's been renamed to the Gulf of America. And driving it back and through Texas. I think I went through Texas, a little bit of Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. And so if you are interested, if you find this interesting, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be posting these. I'm going to post them regularly, but I haven't figured out how I'm going to do them, because I don't know how many hours of video I have, hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours of video of this entire process, from tearing it down to media blasting it, to priming it, to painting it, to having conversations, to putting parts on, to realize that we put it on incorrectly, or we didn't do it right, or we needed to redo it. And my friend Lynn is a perfectionist, and I use the word friend. He's already told me the truck has a taillight guarantee. When we're done, he guarantees when he sees that taillight go out of his driveway, he never wants to see me, never wants to see my truck. We're no longer friends, and that's the end of our relationship. But I know he can't get enough of the tea time, so I get it. But anyway, so yeah, now here I am driving through this rainstorm, and the water's coming through. The rubber around the windshield is cracked right there, so the water's coming through, and you can see those wiper blades are not doing anything. And what's really wild, and maybe you'll see this in the video yet, what's wild is the aerodynamics on this 61 truck are such that when I don't have the wiper blades on and there are beads of water on the windshield, they don't move. And the aerodynamics, I guess the wind hits, well, unfortunately there's no rain on the windshield, probably earlier when I was yammering on, but the wind must hit the hood and go right up over the cab, because the wind doesn't hit the windshield and move any of the rain off. However, I kill a lot of bugs, so it must not be perfectly aerodynamic, but it's really kind of weird. But you can see the hood there. So I've sold a lot of parts. I sold the whole front clip to a guy, Tim Guthrie, in Mississippi, and he's driven up twice. I sold him the engine and transmission and some other parts, and then I sold him the front clip, so the fenders, the grill, part of the grill, and the hood. And so through the course of this project, I have purchased, I'm on my 5th hood, it's the final hood, but I've been buying parts where I can, when I can afford it. And so the video that you'll see, or the videos that you'll see throughout this next part, all the rest of these videos, I've just purchased parts whenever I had the money available. But like I said, we've been working on it almost five years. So this video is getting kind of long. This is me. I'm almost home. I'm probably 25 miles from St. Louis. So I made it before the sun went down, and my wife has tolerated me buying this truck. I won't ever tell you the story behind that one. That one, if I bring it up again, my wife might slit my throat in my sleep. Hell of a story, but if I ever see you at a car show, I'll be happy to tell you the story. It's pretty funny. But anyway, piecemealed this truck together on new parts, some old parts, met a lot of cool people in the process, sold a lot of parts, and like I said, we're hoping to have it on the road by end of August and take it to Springfield, Illinois, September 27th. That weekend there is the Route 66 Festival in Springfield, Illinois. And if you are in the Springfield, Illinois area, meaning if you're in 200 or 300 mile radius of Springfield, Illinois, you really should look into that show. It's amazing. They close the downtown area down to public traffic. It's probably a 12 block area that they close down. Friday night before the show, the state police and the local police block off all the side streets, and they parade all these cars. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 500 cars that go to the parade, but then there's a couple thousand, I don't know if it's 6,000 maybe, to the car show. But the parade the night before on Friday night is probably 300-400 cars in that parade, and the police escort, they close off all the side streets, people throw out candy to the kids, the whole town comes out. It is really, really one of my favorite shows. And then for all day Saturday and all day Sunday, all of the downtown area is closed off to traffic unless you're part of the car show, and then you can drive down and park your car. The restaurants and bars are open. You can have coolers. Friday night they have burnout sessions. So and it's not the burnout like when I was in high school, the dope smokers. These are the burnouts where you're burning out the tires, which I'll be able to enter this year, but I'm really not much into that. But in the past, I never had, this truck wasn't fast enough with the 235 straight six, 3-speed. If the grass was wet and I was in the grass, I could spin the tires, or if I was on gravel road. So anyway, I'm on the downhill slope of this trip, literally. And if you made it this long, please consider liking, subscribing, and watching the videos as I post them. And I post a ton of videos because I shot a ton of videos, and I hope you get something out of it. Thanks again for all the support, and thanks for the support. And if you have a classic car and you're in the St. Louis area, leave a comment below. I'd love to meet you and shoot your car and do a story behind the car, as you will see on the other cars videos that I've shot. It's a lot of fun, and the people, when I shoot it, a lot of people are reluctant, but I always get pretty much the same answer once we're done. Thank you so much. And then if I see them at a car show, they always tell me how much they love watching the video. So something to consider. And leave a comment below if you would like me to contact you, and we can make arrangements. And I do see every comment, and I do try to comment on every comment, or at least give it a heart. So thank you so much for watching the video and liking and subscribing to the channel. And we will start posting on a regular basis, posting these updated videos so you can see the progress of the build. And then next month when I get it on the road, you'll be blown away by the condition and all the work we've done. Thanks again.